Imagine you're in a meeting, and someone says, "I'm fine," but their body is screaming something different. The way they stand, their facial expressions, and even the tiny gestures all tell a story. Did you know that over 90% of what we communicate isn't through words? Instead, it's through body language, facial expressions, and gestures. That means if you're only listening to what people say, you're missing the majority of the conversation. In fact, studies show that 93% of communication is non-verbal. What's even crazier? The average person can miss up to 80% of the signals people are sending out through their body. But you don't have to. By understanding how to read body language, you can connect with people on a deeper level, whether you're leading a team, negotiating a deal, or just trying to understand your friends better. In this guide, we'll reveal simple, yet powerful strategies to help you read minds through the power of body language. You'll learn how to spot lies, uncover hidden emotions, and even influence how people see you, all without saying a word. Stay tuned for tips that can change the way you communicate forever. Chapter 1. Decode the silent language. The power of unspoken words. Did you know that up to 93% of communication is nonverbal? According to psychologist Albert Mehrabian, only 7% of our communication is based on words. The other 93%? Body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions. This means that to understand someone, you have to look beyond their words. Body language is a universal language that transcends cultures and backgrounds. It's the hidden code everyone uses, whether they realize it or not. As a leader, understanding these cues can give you a major advantage. For example, if someone is constantly shifting their weight or avoiding eye contact, they might be uncomfortable or hiding something. These subtle movements speak volumes about their emotional state. Being aware of these signals helps you adjust your approach in conversations, making you more effective as a leader. Another key aspect is tone of voice. Even when someone is saying yes, their tone could signal doubt or hesitation. Leaders who tune into these nuances can better gauge a team member's true feelings. Imagine a team member saying, "I'm fine," but their body is tense and their voice quivers. A smart leader will recognize this as a cue to dig deeper and offer support. Body language isn't just about reading others, it's also about mastering your own. Leaders who project openness, confidence, and calmness through their posture can inspire trust and respect. Standing tall, with your shoulders back, signals authority and confidence, even if you don't say a word. Chapter 2. Eyes don't lie. What their gaze really means. The eyes are often called the windows to the soul, and for good reason. Eye contact is one of the most powerful forms of nonverbal communication. Studies show that people who maintain steady eye contact are perceived as more confident and trustworthy. But there's more to the story. A quick glance away can signal discomfort or dishonesty. In fact, experts like Dr. Paul Ekman, a renowned psychologist, have studied micro-expressions in the eyes. He found that when someone feels threatened or stressed, their pupils tend to dilate. As a leader, knowing how to spot these small changes can help you understand when someone is hiding something or feeling overwhelmed. The direction of someone's gaze can also provide insights. When someone looks up, they might be recalling information or trying to think logically. Looking to the side often means they're assessing their options or avoiding confrontation. Looking down can indicate shame, guilt, or insecurity. Don't overlook the blink rate, either. People who blink excessively may be feeling nervous or uncomfortable. On the other hand, someone who holds eye contact for too long might be trying to dominate the interaction. By paying attention to these small details, you can quickly gauge how a conversation is going and adjust your approach accordingly. Chapter 3. The hidden signals. How hands can reveal truths. Our hands are constantly sending messages, often without us even realizing it. Researchers have found that hand gestures can double the listener's comprehension in communication. This means that your hands are an important tool for expressing ideas and emotions. For instance, open palms generally signal honesty and openness. If you're speaking to someone and they're showing you their palms, it's a sign that they trust you. On the flip side, crossed arms can indicate defensiveness or discomfort. When someone crosses their arms, they may be subconsciously protecting themselves. Leaders should be mindful of their own hand gestures, too. Gestures like touching the chin or rubbing the back of the neck may indicate uncertainty. But on the other hand, strong gestures, like using your hands to emphasize points, can show confidence and authority. These movements help to clarify your message and keep people engaged. Fingers can also tell a lot. Pointing can be seen as aggressive or domineering, while gently tapping a finger can indicate impatience or frustration. Leaders should also notice when others avoid gestures altogether, as it may signal a lack of engagement or reluctance to share information. If you're finding this content helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss the upcoming chapters packed with more leadership tips. Chapter 4. Posture Power. Mastering the Art of Presence. Posture speaks louder than words, and it can make or break your presence as a leader. Studies show that people form first impressions in just milliseconds based on posture. Leaders who stand tall with an upright posture convey confidence, competence, and authority. A slouched or hunched posture, on the other hand, signals weakness or insecurity. But posture isn't just about standing tall. It's also about how you sit, lean, and move. For example, leaning slightly forward when someone is speaking shows interest and attentiveness. It communicates that you value what they have to say. In contrast, leaning back too much can make you appear disengaged or unapproachable. Mirroring someone's posture can also be an effective leadership tool. When you subtly copy the other person's body language, it creates a sense of connection and builds rapport. This technique is called mirroring, and it can help establish trust and mutual respect. Furthermore, posture affects not only how others perceive you, but also how you perceive yourself. In her TED Talk, social psychologist Amy Cuddy explains that adopting powerful postures can actually improve your confidence and performance. So, as a leader, standing or sitting in a powerful posture can boost both your own morale and the morale of your team. Chapter 5. Micro-expressions uncovered. The split-second truth. Micro-expressions are fleeting facial expressions that last less than a second but reveal a person's true feelings. Dr. Paul Ekman's research found that these quick, involuntary expressions are universal across cultures. Whether someone is happy, sad, angry, or fearful, their face will show it in the blink of an eye. One of the most telling micro-expressions is a brief tightening of the lips. This can signal that someone is holding back a negative emotion or trying to conceal their true feelings. Leaders who are trained to spot these tiny shifts can gain valuable insights into what someone is really thinking, even if they're pretending to be calm or neutral. Another critical micro-expression to look for is raised eyebrows. This can signal surprise or disbelief, often when someone is caught off guard. By observing these brief flashes of emotion, you can gauge how a person is reacting to your message and adjust your strategy accordingly. Micro-expressions also occur in response to stress. A quick furrow of the brow or a rapid blink can signal anxiety or frustration. Being aware of these signs allows leaders to quickly address concerns and provide support when needed. Chapter 6. The Ultimate Guide to Reading Inspoken Tension. Inspoken tension is often the most difficult thing to read, but it can be one of the most powerful indicators of how someone feels. You don't need to be a mind reader to spot it, you just need to know what to look for. One of the most common signs of tension is a tight or clenched jaw. This can be a clear signal of stress, frustration, or internal conflict. Another red flag is when people avoid physical proximity or seem to close off. A person who steps back or pulls their arms inward could be subconsciously signaling that they're uncomfortable with the situation. Leaders should take note of these physical signals, as they may indicate that someone is struggling or resistant to what's happening. Fidgeting is another sign of tension. When someone is shifting in their seat, tapping their foot, or constantly adjusting their clothes, they may be feeling uneasy or nervous. These small movements are often the body's way of releasing built-up tension. Being mindful of these signs allows leaders to address potential issues before they escalate. For example, if you notice that someone is pulling away or fidgeting more than usual, it might be time to ask if they're okay or if they need anything. Recognizing inspoken tension helps you create an environment where people feel heard and understood, even without having to say a word. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on how body language can improve your leadership skills. You won't want to miss the next chapter.